Hi guys, Ash here again. I don't really have an update for you at the moment on the IAV system dig and the roofing system structure, simply because I don't have any money at the moment to buy the next pieces of material to finish the job, and it looks like I may not even be here in the next week or so. I heard the Australian government are putting out a repatriation flight on the 25th of April on the Saturday at 7:20 p.m. from Bangkok to Sydney, so it's looked like I will be possibly catching that flight. So to do that, I've got to get from Haui Mek in Kalasin to Udon Thani, where the domestic flights are still going, catch a flight from Udon Thani to Bangkok, and then Bangkok to Sydney, 2 weeks isolation, and then free to fly back to Melbourne and go home and get my car from long-term car park. So that's the plan. Basically, my girlfriend has gone back to work. Her work has opened up its doors again, so she's been coming into Khon Kaen every single day, and so what I've been doing is joining her, because the Wi-Fi, the internet in Khon Kaen is a lot better than it is in Haui Mek Kalasin, and the work I'm doing at the moment requires me to have a good internet connection. So that's where I am. I'm actually at an Amazon cafe, which is associated with a petrol station called PTT, and what I'm going to do is just show you around here in a minute. I'll show you how I set myself up every day. It's a little bit cheeky, but the work's got to be done, and I need to be quasi-comfortable in doing that. So basically, I'm sitting outside this cafe. You're allowed to get your coffees, etc., but you're not allowed to sit in there in the air-conditioned comfort because of the COVID-19. So you're allowed to order your drinks and sit outside, and it's a beautiful little spot, little garden area. They've got a wonderful little waterfall tiered fish pond thing there, and a garden area where you can go and smoke a cigarette. So I'm just going to show you that now, give you a quick walk around and show you my setup. Alright guys, this is my setup here. As you can see, I've got my computer, my iPad there, or the case to my iPad, power board with adapters for Thailand, my phone, little fan, keep me cool because it's about 36 degrees here at the moment, and I've cheekily plugged into their power down there. This is the cafe here. I'll step back a bit. There's one of the front gardens, and I'll bring you out here, show you the little waterfall pond area garden. It's quite nice. There's the front door in there. You go get your coffees. Mate, it is stinking hot in here at the moment. That place you see there is a toilet block, which is a little bit too close for comfort for sitting outside drinking your coffee, or down here in the smoker's garden, because of the smell. On a really hot day and the wind in the right direction, it bloody stinks, mate. Anyway, I'll take you. There's bloody thousands of fish in this system they got here. It's absolutely mind-blowing. There's one of the workers. There's the dunny block thing. Got a bit of a story to tell you about that in a minute, which you might find interesting. I certainly did. Okay, so here's a little bit more of a close-up of the thing, and there's my little work area over there in the corner, and over here is one of the tables in the shade where I come and have a smoke, and through, okay, there's no one in there, but through this little gate here, I mean, you sit right here, and then just here is the gate, and you can walk through there and go to the urinals. I don't know if you see them there. But basically what happened, I went in there for obviously to use the toilet, and I turned around. I felt a bit uncomfortable, felt someone was watching me. I turned around and there was this young man standing there just watching me. I'm like, bloody hell, what's this guy up to? So anyway, I did up my pants, obviously turned my back to him, did up my pants, came back to my computer area, and I thought, I'll have a smoke before I go back to the computer area while I think about what I'm going to do with this guy. So I came sort of close to where he was sitting. He was sitting on the table over there after I walked past him, and he went and sat down, and I was standing here having a smoke. Anyway, I saw him, while I was standing there having a smoke, I saw him get back up again and go to the same spot and watch some other guy go to the toilet. So anyway, I couldn't help myself, mate. I went over and had a go at him. I told him to fuck off, and off he fucked. Haven't seen him since. Anyway, thought you might like that. A little bit of crazy Aussie philung in Thailand, telling a few of the deviant locals to F off. And yeah, anyway, here we are, back at my office. So I'll sign off now, guys. Cheers. Okay, guys, we're back here at the dig area for the testing IAV system, the very first for me. And I just want to point out inside the veggie, the organic growing area, there's a lot of little tower things that come up from the dirt. There's some sort of an insect that does that. Not sure what it is. I'm sure I'll find out. So I've dug the first hole for the first cement base for the cement post to go in, and we're going to put that in. And because the rest of the area around here is so unlevel, there's different gradients, we're going to use this as the pilot. So what we'll do is, obviously I've tamped all that rock down. We'll put the concrete post, cement post on top of that, and then we'll have a piece of wood coming from the top connected to that tree to stabilize it. There's no wind for the next few days, so it's not going to move, and we'll get that level, and then we'll go around and dig the rest of the holes, another 5 holes around the perimeter, and we'll use the top of the cement post as with a bit of string as the level for the tops of all the other posts. Now, I did a bit of research. I've only got a little bit of rebar, but I did a bit of research, and you can actually use little pieces or fibers of bamboo as reinforcement in tiny little concrete cement bases like this. I think this one here is about 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters, sort of rectangular, and so that's what we're going to do. I'll take you now. My girlfriend's run off into the little bamboo plantation here, which is up through this area up here. There's the fish pond area again, a few leaves, we'll get those there. Here she comes now. She's got a bit of bamboo. Now, I tried to explain to her that the bamboo cannot be green for cement-based reinforcement. But I even showed her a piece of dry bamboo and said, this is what we need. And she says, I know. Anyway, that bit of bamboo that you can see there, a bit hard for you to see, but I can see it, it's green as buggery. So we won't be using that as the fibre reinforcement inside the cement base. But we can probably use that as the thing from the top of the pole to the tree to keep the cement post in place while the cement base dries. All right, guys, I'll turn it off now because I've got to do a little charade act now and tell her that it's not the right stuff. All right, guys, see you again soon. Okay, guys, got another update for you here. We've managed to secure one of the cement posts into the ground with a little bit of rebar. It's got gravel on the bottom of it. It was all leveled, and then we brought the cement post in, stuck it on top, leveled it all up, and then secured it with some bamboo, some string to a tree. And the weather report said that it wasn't going to be that windy, so that's why I've done it to a tree and not braced it with like an A-frame. But there is a bit of a breeze now, so I'm hoping it doesn't get any worse than that. You can see the leaves rustling a bit there. But basically, that's it. It was a hell of a mission getting this in place because these cement posts are extremely heavy. There was 3 of us that lifted it. Myself, I'm 6'3" and 132 kilos, and my little girlfriend's barely 50 and her daughter's barely 40 kilos, and the three of us managed to chuck it on top of a wheelbarrow and wheel it over somehow and then put it into place. And in my research I heard that I should cover the cement with some plastic because it's so hot here the cement will set too quickly and probably crack. So anyway, that's what that is. Once again, I'll just show you these little insects are making these little tower things come out of the grow area, the vegetative area. And I'm a bit concerned about that because obviously once we lay the plastic down and put the sand in, I'm hoping these little critters don't still create their little towers and throw the whole sort of, you know, sloping system out of whack and everything. So anyway, we'll see. Before I put, you know, vegetables in there and fish, I'll cycle it for a week or so and just make sure that these little things don't come up. And if they do, well, we'll worry about that when I get to it. But just a quick note, just let you guys know, and for my own reference, it's getting to the point now where the language barrier is it's getting more frustrating than humorous. I'm having to go through my girlfriend, and then my girlfriend explained to her dad, and up until this moment a couple of hours ago I've wanted to flag everything by poor Sam because this is his property, and I just, you know, I'm keen to let him know exactly what I'm doing so he has a fundamental basic idea of what I'm doing. But it was getting lost in translation, and you know, I originally dug this hole here to put this post in, and then he came along and said no, that's wrong, you got to do it like this. And I thought, oh okay, he's been a builder, he knows what he's doing. And then he proceeded to do something which was not akin to what was best for this method. He wanted to put in poles actually inside the grow area, and that's what he was doing. And I said no. And then he started digging on the outside, but too close to the grow area for these cement posts to go in. So in the end he walked off a bit frustrated, and I said to my girlfriend, look, you're just going to have to let me do it the way I want to do it. And that's basically where we're at. So once this dries, I've only done the one, simply for a few reasons. Probably the main one is because it's just physically too taxing to do all 6 in one day for me. And I can't afford the worker to come back at the moment. He's 500 baht a day, which is 25 Australian bucks. It's just cheap, but if you don't have 25 bucks, you don't have 25 bucks, do you? So that was the reason for that. And also I need this cement to dry, this foundation base to dry, so then we can run the level off the top of the pole. I'll get a stick or whatever from the top of that, and then I'll know how far down into the ground I need to dig all the other little trench things. I've got another 5 to go, because the perimeter, as I was saying before, is all unlevel. Like this side here that you see here goes up, it goes up on an angle like that slightly, and then it goes across, and then it comes down again this side. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. So I'll stop it there. The other day I was traveling into town, and I saw a beautiful little lake. So I rode my scooter around there, and I found a little Buddhist worship temple and offering temple. So I've been doing some meditation there the odd morning, and today I'm going to take my girlfriend there and show her. It's just down the road. I'm sure she knows about it, but I just would like to take her there and spend a bit of time there with her. So I'll show you that a bit later, guys. Alright, ciao for now. Alright guys, I took my girlfriend and her little son Atom down to the lake to show them where I've been meditating and stuff, but they were doing some preventative burning in the area, so it wasn't a good time to actually show you that. So I've brought them and myself down at this little house not far from the lake that has a little restaurant shop at the front of it. There's my girlfriend's car, here's the street, and hello, Swatikap. The lake is down that way, and here's the. See, these are all just like little houses with little shops at the front of them, and this is what it's like over here, mate. You know, I just love it. So we're getting like it's noodles in a soup with chicken and spring onion and a few spices and a sauce, and it's just beautiful, mate. It's only 30 baht, which is I'll put the conversion in a text in here later, but 30 baht, it's not much. It's 100 baht is $5, 50 baht is $2.50, so somewhere in between $1.50 and $2.50 for a meal. It's great. It's beautiful. It's fresh food. And here's my friend over here. He's cooking away in his little cauldron of goodies there. Yeah, put this on YouTube. He's got all the little spices and that there. They're having a bit of a Nong. They're having a conversation in Thai. I have no idea what they're talking about, but Nong's a local girl, has been all of her life, so there's a chance she knows this fella. Putting in the lovely spices and stuff. Melbourne, Australia. Yeah. So this sort of give you an idea, guys, as to where I'm situated out here in I've been calling it Haui Mek, but my girlfriend tells me you've got the K is silent and it's pronounced Haui Mek, so you know, a bit of a correction there. But I'm showing you this, guys. This is, you know, really rural Thailand here. I mean, there's a lot of guys showing you stuff that's, you know, tourist attractions and in the cities, etc., and that's fine, but you know, this is for anyone that really wants to get off the beaten track and see what life is actually really like for a massive percentage of the Thai people. This is it, guys. This is it. Unpolished and just beautiful, mate. I bloody love it. You know, I don't mind the cities and the tourist attractions like everyone else. Swatikap! But you know, you really don't get a good idea of how the people live until you get into the rural areas, and that's what I'm hoping to show you here, not only with the IAV system, guys, but also with the way of life here. You see, I've been coming here for breakfast and lunch here and there, and you know, the IAV system roofing structure that I'm going to do is very similar to what this guy's doing. We were going, this the cement pole there, we were going to do you know, proper timber beams, but as you can see, these are just branches with bamboo, and there's the tin, so there's no need to get too funky, you know what I mean? You don't need to spend $1 trillion to, especially for a testing project, you know? You know, if it turns out to be shit, I can just knock it down, the roofing structure, and start again. It's not a big problem. But here you go. This guy's been set up like this for donkey's years, and it's still going strong. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, let's go over and have a look at the tucker. How about that, guys? This is rural Thai food, 30 baht, roughly, you know, somewhere around the $1.70, $2 mark. That's a massive bowl of food there, guys, and it's tasty as bugger. It's bloody lovely. So, alright guys, I'm going to tuck into that and maybe have another quick video later. Otherwise, ciao for now. Check this out, guys. Atom has just gotten himself a bowl of, is it crushed ice with flavouring and something custardy thing drizzled on the top? Massive bowl, 10 baht, guys. Look at that. Looks amazing. He certainly seems to be enjoying it. Alright, I've mixed up my little bowl of goodness, and I'm Gonna tuck into it and sweat like a pig. It's hot as bugger here. Alright, ciao for now.
อะไรอีกโอ้ยเอาทุกช็อตเลย
Alloy Ma? Good? Oh, look good.
พิสูจน์ไทยตั้งนะครับตัวใหม่ล่าสุดเลยนะฮะงานจากคุณณรงค์ฤทธิ์นะครับอย่าลืมไปอุดหนุนด้วยนะครับอันนี้จะเป็นมอดรถที่ไม่ได้มีไว้โหลดฟรีนะครับแต่ว่ามีขายนะครับติดต่อไปที่คุณณรงค์ฤทธิ์หรือว่าไปที่โจกลาดมอดก็ได้นะครับ
Gorging themselves. That's what I should be doing. Alright, ciao. Alright guys, we're pretty much finished up. We're about to head off in a minute. But I just saw behind me this big black plastic shed thing, construction thing. It's got like a straw roof on it and that, and I'm told that they grow mushrooms in there. So there you go, T-Man, back in Yanaki, Gippsland, Victoria, Australia. Coming over in December, maybe. There you go, mate. They grow mushrooms in these things and they're all over the place, these things. My girlfriend's neighbour also has 2 or 3 of these things, and she often comes home with a massive bag of this fungi mushroom looking stuff, and she makes all sorts of stuff with that. So there you go, T-Man, you can do that if you come over. When you come over, there is that available there for you, mate, on the land that we're doing the IAV thing on now. So come over, mate, and let's have some fun. Let's get this projects rocking and do some subsistence self-sufficiency as much as we can, and see what other projects we can get into. I've got some other ideas as well, electrical scooters, etc. And then when the drones become a little bit more cheaper and their payload capacity is heavier, I've got some ideas down the track for those as well, but I'm not going to discuss those here right now because it's a bit of an up in the air project and I haven't worked out the particulars just yet. So anyway guys, that's it. That'll probably be it for today. I'll go home and edit this now and see you in the next time. Alright guys, ciao for now. Alright guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting this red subscribe button under the video, and then click on the grey bell to the right of the subscribed button, and then once you've done that, 3 other bells will pop up, and if you could click the top bell with the green circle around it that says all, that means you'll get all of my videos instantaneously in your feed. Cheers guys, ciao.